Hey guys. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, the Muslim Ghetto-Butterfly. My name is Rashida. Somebody asked me the other day what it's like being bipolar. And what do you do to try to control yourself when you go through episodes? I haven't had an episode since 2014. But I do have lows because I was diagnosed with bipolar depressive disorder. And that means when certain things happen, it can trigger depression in me. And little things can trigger it. Like, for example, I got sick on Tuesday with the flu. And around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I started feeling the depression. And it was like despair descending upon me. My stomach started to hurt a little bit because I had butterflies and knots in my stomach. And my heart started to speed up. And it's like having an anxiety attack. My heart hurt from, like if you ever had a heartbreak, and you feel, how much it hurts when somebody breaks up with you or a death in the family or something like that. That hurt. I felt that hurt. And it came out of nowhere. And had I not known what it was, I probably would have become suicidal, which is what happens. When people who are bipolar depressive experience something like that and they don't know what's going on, they have a tendency to become suicidal. And so knowing what that was, I was able to counteract that with one of the coping skills that I have, which is to think positive thoughts, to think about all of the good things that are happening to me. I have my higher power, Allah, which is another name for God. I talk to Allah, I talk to God, and I thank Him for everything that He's given me. And that helps me out of that little load that I'm going through. And but the feeling of it's hard. It's really hard, and it takes a second to come out of it. Once you recognize what it is. I'm getting better. I'm still working at it, but being bipolar is like being on an extreme, intense, adrenaline-filled roller coaster. You gotta be really careful about being in certain situations that can trigger an episode or a low. And I've had highs, and the high is so bad that it puts me into an episode, which is where I start to hear voices, become suicidal, think the TV's talking to me. I become paranoid and aggressive. And again, that hasn't happened since 2014. But that was the last time it happened, and that was the worst that it's ever been, and it scared me. And it happened because I listened to other people when they told me that I really wasn't bipolar, that it was mind over matter, and that I could control myself if I wanted to, and that I didn't need to take medicine. And so I listened to them, and I stopped taking my medicine, and I tried to control it on my own. And that's what happened. Something triggered it, and I just went to the extreme. And for a week I didn't eat. I drank, but I didn't eat. And I didn't sleep for a whole week. I had insomnia like crazy. And it was just really bad. Until this day, it took me 2.5 years to finally be able to think about what happened without being just so terrified inside and asking why and how could that happen, and what really happened to make me see things that weren't there. And I remember everything so clearly. And it's just very scary. And so to those people out there who use bipolar as an excuse to fake it and get money from the government, which I know you do, because people have told me when I was in the psychiatric hospital that they fake being bipolar because it's the easiest thing to do. And all they gotta do is stay in the hospital for a month or so every now and then, and they'll get approved for money, for a check from the government every month, so they don't have to work. And that just burns me up inside, because you have no idea how hard this is, not only on me, but my family and those who love me. They have to deal with this too. It's like they have it also. Not technically, but they have to deal with this. So they deal with my highs and my lows. And it's not easy for them. And then I feel this extreme guilt inside from them having to deal with things that I'm dealing with. And to an extent, it is controllable. But there's a chance of your medicine stop working and you go into an episode, or something triggering it and you go into an episode. Anything like that, you know? So you've got to be really careful about what situations you put yourself in, what environments you put yourself in. You know, the environment you create for yourself. In this house, in my house, we have a house of peace, of love. You know, we don't fight with each other. We don't try to hurt each other. You know, we may have arguments, subtle ones, but we don't fight. You know, we don't do those things, okay? It's peace, it's love, it's relaxing, chill. When you come in this house, you just feel the peace. And I know how to recognize I know how to recognize those things that make my lows come. Not all of them, because sometimes when I don't feel good, I notice that sometimes it may come, sometimes it may not. But what I do to stay as stable as I can is I stay on my medicine. I follow up with my doctor. I write in my journal. I talk to my support system, which is, you know, my higher power, my husband, my therapist. You know, I keep myself in an environment that's peaceful, that's not stressed. We don't have drama in this family. There is no drama in this house. Drama can stay at the door and stay outside, because we don't do that in here. You know, and so these are the things that I do to overcome bipolar depressive disorder. And it's never going to go away. I finally realized that this is who I am. It's not mind over matter. It's not something you can control without medication. It's very difficult, but it is possible. And for those of you out there who are dealing with this, who just want somebody who understands, I'm letting you know you're not alone. That it is possible to live a life of peace, of drama-free, you know, of contentment, you know, of happiness with this disorder. I mean, but you gotta learn about who you are. You know, that's the most important thing. Self-reflection, self-reflection, self-reflection. The greatest knowledge you can have is knowledge of self. That's the greatest knowledge you can have. And I'm sure there's a quote out there by some inspirational person who said that before I did, and I don't know who it is, so I don't claim to come up with that myself, but it is. Okay, so again, thank you for coming to my channel, for watching this video. I just kind of wanted to let you know, if you ever had a question about what it's like to be bipolar, that's what it is. I know some of the things I put out there are raw, but like I told you, I am an open book. I'm not ashamed of anything. If you have any questions, let me know. Please, if you like this video, go ahead and hit like below. Give me a big thumbs up. And thank you. Thank you for watching my video. Peace, love, and contentment to you. Peace out.